Hey up guys, how's it going? Welcome to the first video of the third season. This summer, or shall I say in the transfer window, I have got some really good players in, and I'm very confident this season will be a good season for us. So I'm going to go to the transfers as usual, like I usually do at the beginning of a season, and show you what I've brought in. As you can see on the right hand side, these are guys, the players that let go. Quite a lot of them went out on free transfer. Christian Wilhelmsson went out, Ledesma, even though he played really well when he played. George Friend, Cameron Park, Luke Williams, Mustafa Carriol, Curtis Main, Reece Williams went to Werder Bremen for 3.1 million. Jordi Gomez went out on loan to Millwall. Jermaine Jenas went to Leicester for 165,000, and Seb Hines, or Haynes, or whatever you want to call him, went to Fulham for 1 million. And the funny thing is, he's been on my transfer list since the day I actually got the job or started off the save in Middlesbrough, and Fulham just randomly offered $1 million. So here's the transfers we got in, and I really wanted to bring in some quality into the team. I got about, I think it was like 8 million transfer budget. And let's talk about this anyway. First of all, we've got Kyle Norton from Tottenham. I really like Kyle Norton. I've used him in the past. He's really good at, I use the overlap tactic where the fullbacks will go forward and go for the cross, if you know what I mean. And I think his attributes are perfect for that. He's used to play for Tottenham, and I don't think I don't really know how Kyle Norton is going on in real life playing football. I don't know if he's doing well or not. If anybody knows, please let me know. But he's a really good player on this game, and I think he's going to improve. He's 26, but I think he will improve and get better and better until he's about 30. Next vote is Jamal Blackman from Chelsea. I wanted a backup goalkeeper because Carlo Guidicini, I released him because he was getting on and everything like that. But Jamal Blackman, I think he's not going to be the perfect backup, but he'll do for now. Next vote is Marco. I don't know how you pronounce his name. I'm just going to say Rojas from Stuttgart for £550,000. If you look at his attributes and everything like that, he's well worth the money. He's only young, he's 23, and he's actually from New Zealand. You don't really get many, no offence to the New Zealand guys, but you don't really get many talented players that come from New Zealand these days. He's going to be back up for Callum McManaman and might even force his way into the team because he's only young, and I think he's going to get better and better. So that for me is a really good bargain. In fact, let me just try and think. Instead of getting Marco, I was going to get Aaron Lennon, but he wanted quite a lot of money, wages wise. He wanted like £70,000. Next of all is probably my favourite buy of this transfer window, Jan Kirchhoff. Yeah, I'll pronounce it like that, for 1.5 million. This guy, I had my Southampton save on Football Manager 2013. Then I went to Bayern Munich because I won the Europa League with Southampton. They offered me a job, and I thought, why not? And I used this guy alongside, I think it's Badstuber, the goal, central defender Badstuber. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And this guy was just a rock at the centre of defence. He's strong, he's good at tackling, he's good at marking, great teamwork, very smart. And the thing I like about this guy the most probably is the cool tackles he does. Like, basically, when most defenders would panic, he just does it easily. He gets the ball, clears it, you know what I mean? Or he'll play it out to a player that can play it to, and then we'll start a move. This guy is perfect. He's definitely my first choice centre back alongside Gibson, and that is a pure bargain. He's 24. He's going to get better. He's only on £37,000 a week, which is really good for a player of his ability, in my opinion. Yeah, he's going to get better and better. Next to vote is Michu from Swansea for 1.7 million. Last year, Gael Kakuta, when he got into the penalty area, a lot of the times he would just give the ball away, and he didn't really hold the ball up and play it off to, say, Rhodes or anyone like that. But Michu, for me, is a very intelligent player on the pitch. Just watching him for Swansea, when he's played for Swansea, his runs and everything like that have been really good for them. And he hardly played last year for Swansea on this game, this save. So his stats will go up, as he plays, I think. Sometimes they decline when you're not playing, but they go up when you are. You'll improve. And I've literally sometimes got players in the 40s improving on I remember one of my saves, I think it was Swindon maybe. I think it was, I don't know what it was, I forgot. It was a Welsh team anyway, what basically plays in England. And I got a 40-year-old improving just by playing week in, week out. So Michu, so far so good. He played really good in pre-season as well. And next to vote is Sami Khedira from Napoli. And the funny thing is about this is I actually got the board to do the negotiation for me. I seen him on a transfer listed, and I thought we ain't got enough wages for him or money for him to buy him. So I just basically went to the board and says, I really want this player and he'll help us achieve our goals, and they negotiate the contract for us and obviously the transfer. And Sami Khedira is one of my favourite players in this game. His attributes, technically isn't the best, but his mental attributes are some of the best for sure. So I'm really happy we've got him. So that concludes my transfers. In total we spent 9.5 million or 9.05 million, whatever. And we ended up selling players for 4.26 million, so I'm really happy with that. Let's go to the fixtures that we've had. We started off pre-season, had a really disappointing defeat against Sporting Kansas City 3-1. We lost that, but we changed the team around and everything like that, and we beat Boca Juniors 2-0, and then we beat the mighty African Warriors 5-0. We had a 3-1 victory against Aberdeen, and we had a really entertaining 3-3 draw against Roma. Jordan Rhodes and Tom Ince with the goals there. And we kicked off the season with a 2-1 victory against Cardiff City. Tom Ince and Callum McManaman with the goals there. And then we had, it was actually a really good game there against Stoke. It was 2-2. Ben Gibson and Jordan Rhodes scored for us. We actually went ahead, and it was just a real 50-50 game, to be honest with you guys. It was just really entertaining to watch. So we're going to go into today's game against Carlisle in the Capital One Cup second round. I actually really want to do well in the Capital One Cup this season, and maybe qualify for Europe if we can, because I've got the confidence in the squad this season, to be honest. We've been predicted, and the board want us to finish in the top half of the table. If I can go one better and actually get us into Europe, I'll be over the moon, literally. So Sami Khedira is out injured. Hellenius is out injured for quite a while. Pagnaro was out injured as well. I've changed things around compared to the last game. I'm just giving some players a chance, like Rojas and Will Keane. I'm letting him basically have his first start for us since he come last year. And that's about it. I'm giving Gareth Barry a break. Gareth Barry is actually our captain now. So let's go into today's game. A game we should be winning, but I just change things around a little bit. Sometimes if you just change one player, it can make the big difference in actually losing a game. I'm just going to tell them to relax. And this season I want to concentrate on the Capital One Cup, and this is why I'm doing this game instead of a Premier League game. I really want to do well in this, and I've got good history in the Capital One Cup or the Carling Cup, whatever you want to call it. Most people just call it the League Cup. So Robson on the ball. Right, Carlisle with the goal kick. Michu passes it out wide. So Rojas. Right, Chandler. Patrick has had a lot of interest this summer, but teams have only offered like 5 million at the tops. I don't want to sell him for 5 million because I don't think I'll be able to replace him with a better player, or a player with better potential than him, to be honest. Right, Barrett through on goal. Right, get away there. If we don't do well in the first half, I'm just going to bring on the players to kill off the game, hopefully. I want Will Keane to have a good game, because if anything happens to Rhodes, he'll be up front. Okay, Norton to Keane. Patrick. Oh, who scored that? Was that Michu? No, it was an own goal. I thought it were. So 1-0 up after 14.5 minutes. Really happy with that. But Carlisle have right, Robson. Right, Patrick gets it away there. Whoa, Keane ends up through on goal. If he can take this, it'll be good. Good save there by the Carlisle goalkeeper. I thought he was going to fall to him there and then slot it away. Right, Keane on the ball. Michu, ooh, got nearly. And the other thing, Michu can actually play up front. And I remember when he had that really good season at Swansea, I was thinking, why don't I play him up front, you know? Whoa, God. Simpson through on goal, and he scores. So dodgy defence there. 19 minutes gone. Hopefully this is not one of those extra time games. We don't need that. We've got a big game against Norwich at the weekend. So fall in to Norton. Michu, very intelligent player, like I said earlier. Tom Ince, who's coming to his own recently. Right, fall in to Norton. Motta with the strike, and what a goal. Smashed it home there. Thiago Motta. I'm also looking forward to bringing Khedira into the team. He's going to do good for us for sure. I've actually got him on me into my land save. Right, Norton to Tom Ince. Simpson. Right, Norton, that's it. Well done. Picks it up there to Jamal Blackman. Right, Rogers on the ball now. The New Zealander. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the save. I will get back to me into Milan save very soon. I actually think I'm doing well. I actually forgot what part I'm up to on that save. I think I'm doing well in the Champions League. I'm sure I am. Whoa! Look at this for a free kick, and it's gone in. Obviously, he didn't mean to do that. But if he did, what a goal. I don't know what happened there. I think our defenders must have got in front of their goalkeeper and they didn't see it. Right, Bateman. Yeah, this has had a lot of highlights this game so far. Right, Barrett. To Robson. But he just hits it wide. Okay, it's a throw in, Norton to Ince. Right, Keane on the ball now. To Ince. Right, I thought Michu were going to get onto that, but Simpson does for Carlisle. And that'll be a free kick to us. That's a yellow card to Jason McCarthy of Carlisle. Right, fall in to Tom Ince. Tom Ince towards Michu, and Michu with a goal. Lovely goal that were. To make it 4-1, 38 minutes. Cruising now. And Carlisle again a bruising. Nice. Right, Barrett. A good interception there. Michu towards Tom Ince. This is what I'm saying about Tom Ince. He's really coming to his own now. Good partnership between Norton and Tom Ince there. And Michu with the other goal. I'm going to take Michu off at half time to rest him up for the Norwich game. I knew he'd do well for us, and he's so far he's doing that. But hopefully young Will King can get a goal. That's what I want to see happen. Lower the tempo so we don't get tired. Okay, I'll take off Michu for Kakuta. And I'll take off Norton for Arnholt. Right, let's do this. Second half. Right, so hopefully, guys, there's not too many highlights in this, because that was a very long first half. Sometimes you have those games where they last forever, even on key highlights. Right, 65 minutes gone. We've got a free kick. Motta to fall in. Kakuta. See, this is what I was saying to you earlier, guys. Kakuta will get the ball right, and literally, I'd say, let's just say 50% of the time he gives it away in that area. Michu doesn't do that. I don't think he will do that. You know, it's young day. It's young. He's young in his career at our club. Right, Carlisle with the corner. Good save there by Blackman. If you are still watching, we've got a corner kick there. If you're still watching, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a comment and tell me what saves you're doing, and that'd be interesting to read. Just you don't need to leave a long comment. I mean, if you can go into detail, that'd be awesome. But I love hearing about other people's saves. I also like reading certain people's blogs that they do. And there's a guy called FM14, and if I remember, I'll put the link to his blog in the description, because the detail he goes into about his tactics is amazing. The FM veteran, and he doesn't. Okay, Kakuta scored. He doesn't really go and manage, say, a top club, or a well-known club. Most of the time, what he would do is manage a club that you probably haven't really even heard of, and then he'll just like build them up, and he'll stay at that club for a very long time. One save he did do at a pretty well-known club was Vitesse in Holland. I think I'm on about what club. They're basically playing yellow and black, and they've got an association with Chelsea. And Boney used to play for him anyway. But you'll know what I'm on about. Yeah, he did a really good save there, and really entertaining to read. Right, Rogers towards Tom Ince, and Tom Ince with a goal there to make it 7-1. Last year, last year, early on in the year, midway, whenever we'd get the ball, just very slow, and they'd just go, I don't know, Edwards that were. We were just very slow on the ball, and I think now the team has, got a few other players in there, and everyone's used to playing with each other somewhat. Man, just lethal. And Jordan Rhodes last year was actually the most clinical striker in Europe on this game. Yeah, just kick it. Well done. So Edwards to Noble. Barrett. Oh, Keane on the ball nearly. Can he get it? No, I really wanted Keane to score. He'll have his other chances. Hopefully we'll get drawn against our lower league team in the next round, and he can get another chance. But he's playing in the reserves, and he's doing alright there. Okay, that's it. 90 minutes gone. 7-2 victory against Carlisle. Really happy with that. So guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you can, please leave in the comments what save views have got going on. And I'd really enjoy looking at that. So thanks for watching, guys, and take care.